Welcome to the Alchemistic Laboratory. In this tutorial we are going to make the mask of Soldier 76 from the game of Overwatch. This is a super cool tutorial to learn the project curve to core tool in Plasticity. This is a bit of an advanced tutorial, but I will try to make it as easy as possible. Later when you go to Blender, you can put some materials and the model should look something like this. And I also want to thank all of you for the 1,000 subscribers we have reached in this channel. I am extremely happy and grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. If you want to support me, you can also check the tutorial I'm selling on Gumroad. You can see it in the description down below. And now we can jump into the tutorial. Okay, first things first. We go to the front view, we delete the cube, and we drag and drop our image. Now, Plasticity is making it so small. So this I will fix later. So what I'm going to do is drag and drop in the right view the other picture, and I'm going to zoom in. And these pictures I'm going to press M, make it front and in an opacity around 30% and front only. So now I have our pictures. But this one on the side view, I need to scale it on the Y, but I'm going to scale it -1. So it's inverted. So now it should be correct. Now on the front view, I'm going to make it what I think would be the center of it. So something like this. And they should be already correctly positioned. So I'm just going to push this one to the back and this one to the side. So now we have it correctly. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to start drawing these curves from the front and from the side. So I'm going to draw a control point curve, starting from here, and I'm going to subdivide it because I think I need more control here. Something like this. And then on the side, I'm going to draw, but I need to snap it to this point and to this point. Here, I need to be sure it says end. I press shift and then I just click here, and then on the lowest part, it should also say end. So I'm pressing shift and here. So now I have these two curves, one from the side and one from the front. But I need the one that is on the 3-dimensional space. I press F and look for the option project curve to curve. I have already a shortcut. What you will see is that now this curve and this curve will merge into one single curvature, and you will have a 3-dimensional space information with this. And this is very similar to what we did in the Mandalorian helmet. Here we need to use it much more in order to dominate this workflow. Okay, so now that we have this point, you will see that this curvature, we cannot modify it anymore. We need to rebuild it. Press rebuild. And here you need to be sure that you can have two options to rebuild: refit and number of points. Number of points, you just choose how many points you want between this curvature. And refit is basically the same. The tolerance, if you put it lower, it means much more points. And you can also choose keep corners. So it will respect as much as possible these corners here. So I will use, for example, points. And I will try to look for the number of points that are meaningless in this curvature. For example, here it's, so I leave it in number 4 because there is no difference between 4 and 5. The curvature stays basically the same. So I'm going to accept it. The curvature is rebuilt and now I can modify it, move it and so. Okay, now I need to continue, for example, with this point here. Now, this is very important and you need to understand this in order to be successful with this workflow. You see that this curvature here is coming straight, then it goes down and then it goes up again. This is not going to work if you want to project it. I'm going to continue, but it is not going to work. So I'm going to snap this curve. So I'm connecting this line here, here, here. So now I have this line and this line. And if I want to project it, the project curve to curve is wrong. So now it's telling me that there is an error. So this means that project curve to curve only works when there is one single direction. For example, in this case, the curvature comes here and then it goes down, but does not return in a direction it was before. This means that it cannot go again up, and it means that it cannot go again inside. So if it goes from left to right, it shouldn't go again to left. And if it goes from up to down, it shouldn't go again to up. So how do we solve this problem? This is basically a simple solution. We can just draw the curvature. And before it's getting again up, we stop where it would be the lowest point. And we later connect this point to the lowest we will draw in this moment. So I'm going to snap here to here, something here, and then the lowest point, we snap it to here. So we graph these two curves, project curve, and now it's working. Now we have the three-dimensional information we need. We delete the curves we drew before, we don't need them. And now we just need to connect these two vertices. So now we graph these 2 points, press L to bridge, and we just check which connection would be the best for this kind of curvature. So in this case, the best one would be G1. You will see here there is a very strange situation. This we will ignore it because we will later rebuild this curvature. So I will leave it like this. The least deformed set is G1 from the end curvature. So this one. So I'm going to accept, join these two curves, and I'm going to click rebuild. Now, number of points, you will see that this is not working. Sometimes this happens, I don't know why. So whatever I do, it doesn't work, but refit will work. So in this case, I will just pull it low, the tolerance low, and accept. And now, when I rebuild it again, it will work. So I just need to be sure which number of points I need before it's getting really deformed. For example, 6 points look good in front, even 5, but on the side probably it's not so good. No, it does work. So I will leave it in 5. And according to this information, I just need to connect the end to the end, and I would have this patch. Now, this seems to be okay. However, this will cause some troubles in the future. So let's try to patch this area. So I'm going to extrude this to the right, hide this blue curve, and I will keep this blue curve, and this black edge from the sheet, and press patch, Shift P in G1. Now, this seems to be working. However, you need to be really careful, because something you need to take care of, and later this will be solving a lot of troubles, is that although this seems to be working, even in G1, later when we draw the other pieces for the face, for the mouth guard, it will give us a lot of troubles. In order to reduce these problems, what we need to do is return to this point and make sure that this curve, this vertex, is horizontal in both Y and Z points, so that the mirroring is okay. And the same here, this point, we need to be sure that is on the Y horizontal and on the Z vertical. And then we can extrude this curvature, hide the blue line, and patch it in G1. Now we know it is going to work because we make sure that these points were completely straight to the ones in the middle. So there shouldn't be a trouble. This we can hide, these curvatures, and leave only the patch. This we can mirror, and if you want, you can join. So now we have this patch from the nose, and now we need to continue to do the mouth. I will snap it, this control point curve, to this point. And here you will see that I would need to come and break my rule. I'm coming down, and then I'm coming up. This is wrong. This is not going to work. So instead, I'm going to draw from the other side. From here, I'm going to continue to what I would say it would be the lowest point. Like this. So now you see this line. It is not connecting here because I don't want to break this point. So I will do the same from the side. Control point curve, snap it to the end, to the opposite part, so it should be this point. And we just continue drawing like so. And which would be the lowest point. Here we press Shift to snap, and it should be somewhere here and another point here. You can do it much better at home, but I try to make it fast. And now I will select both curvatures, press Project Curve to Curve. So now you have this shape. I will delete the first two I draw. So the same process I would need to do is I would need to have either from here or from here. Probably I'm going to unhide this curvature. So one of these is this one and this one. I'm going to select these points lofted or bridge in G0. Now G1 doesn't seem to work because it's in an opposite direction I need. It seems to be much more the G1 from below. It seems to be correct. And I'm going to join these two lines. And I think it would be good if I just rebuild it. Now, I just need to check which points. For example, probably 6 points is okay. Now I have everything rebuilt. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Come here, draw this part. And here, maybe you can see it better from this side. I'm going to stop the curve. Instead of drawing it all the way here, my idea is that if I stop here, when I bridge these lines, it will create this curvature on its own. So on this side, I'm just going to put it somewhere here. And then I go to the side view, control point curve, shift, and put it like this. And here, snap it to somewhere here. Okay. Now project curve to curve, delete these two lines, and there we have it. Okay, so now we need to draw the other section. Okay, so now from here, I will do control point curve from here to here and here. Maybe a bit so. You should do it better at home. I tried to make this fast. And from here to the front, I just snap it. So it should be to this point. But this area here seems to be extruded. So I'm going to probably draw it a bit inside. For example, here. And I'm going to snap it to this last point, which would be somewhere here. And this point, maybe a bit out, something like this. So I grab these two curves, project curve to curve, delete the first two curves, and I have this part. Now I need to bridge this and press L. Maybe in G1, both in G1 seems correct. So I'm going to leave it like this, accept. And I'm going to select all these lines, this one, and this one, and join it. Now I'm going to rebuild it. Points is wrong, it doesn't let me, so I'm going to use refit. So I'm just going to, maybe there. Maybe there is okay. Now it's too many points. I'm going to use rebuild again, number of points. And for example, 20, around 20, 25 maybe. Okay. So I'm going to grab this point and I need to put it horizontal and vertical. If I don't do it later when I make a patch of all this area, it's probably going to be catastrophic, this section. So I should better be sure now that this is vertical and horizontal. It could be this one too, but this is maybe not so important. Okay, the only thing I'm not so sure here is that this point, maybe I should put it a bit inside so that it has more congruence between these 2 points. So I'm just going to draw a line from here to here. So now that part is connected. And now the only thing is missing is here in the front. So I'm going to draw a control point curve like this. So now I have this area. Now I just need to extrude it. If by some reason your extrusion seems to be going up and not from left to right, what you can do is simple. You just draw a line that goes on the X axis like this. So, and you grab this curve, press E to extrude, B to pivot, and select this curve, and then you can just extrude it in any direction you want. This blue curve we can hide, and probably this one too. I'm not so sure yet, but let's try it. I hide it. And now we grab this blue one, blue, blue, this black edge, and this black edge. We patch it, and it seems to work. I can even put this one in G1 to make sure that it's going to extrude, that it's going to be mirrored perfect. And you see now that it is working quite well. And it is all thanks that this one we made sure that it's horizontal, this one too, and this one too. The points, I mean. So we accept. We can delete this face, or actually we can just simply mirror everything and press J to join. And we have our face card. Okay, so it's working perfect. So now what else we can do? We can continue to draw the chin area. So we draw another control point curve. And maybe something here, because here it starts to bend and go to the opposite direction. So we'll draw it like this. And from the side, I'm going to draw from here. And here. Okay. We project curve to curve. Delete the first 2 curves we drew. And we can continue drawing this part. Control point curve from here to here. Go to the front. So from here, shift to here. Delete the first 2 curves. So we have this section with, we just need to bridge this point and this point. So we select these 2 points or vertex, bridge, probably G1 is the best. We join everything, and I think we should rebuild it because here it's a bit wavy. So I will try to reduce that by, I don't know, 6 points, 5 points I will leave. Again, select this vertex. It's perfectly horizontal and perfectly horizontal in this way. What we can do now is maybe make a sweep. So for example, from here to here, and then we can just make a sweep with Shift and P and select this curve, blue curve. Now we have this section of the mask. If you want to be pixel perfect, you should be able to do this a bit with more calm and take care of these sections, but I think for this tutorial it's quite enough to do it like this. So I will leave it like this, mirror this, join it, and probably join it with this section of the mask. Probably what I need to do here is grab a line from here to here. And now from here, I would need to draw a line here to snap it to this edge. And I will need to snap it so. Something like this. And here we can just draw a line. We go to the side. Delete these two lines, and we have this section. We just need to rebuild it. And this point, I need to snap it to this one. And this point, I need to snap it in the Y here and in the Z as well. Okay, maybe this we can extrude, hide this blue curve, and let's see if it's letting us work like this. No, maybe like this, G1. So what is the problem here? It seems the problem is on this line. So I'm going to make it more like this. Okay, if in this case patch is not working, you would need to create this patch using XNURBS, which is something new from Plasticity and is quite cool. It works for these special cases where instead of working and figuring out why these patches wouldn't work, we try it directly with XNURBS. So we select everything, press F, XNURBS, and in G1, it should give us a very, very close shape of what we want or what we have. So we accept. This one delete, this one mirror. And now we have this chin section. And here, I still need to do this section. It's going to press this, a control point curve. Something like this. Okay. And I'm going to extrude it, hide the blue curve. Maybe this and this, we can just loft it. G0, no, maybe this one, G1. Yeah, like this is better. This is good. This one and this one we join. This one we can delete. Mirror, join. And we can just press thicken. How it looks. It's not so ideal. Maybe if we duplicate it, Shift D, scale it uniformly like this, and select all the contour and all the contour, and L in G0, join all the faces, and now it's a solid. And we do the similar thing here. For this part of the mask, we can press F and thicken. Okay, so now we have this part solid and solid. So basically that was the hardest part. That's just a matter of putting some details. For example, I can start putting these things here. I will draw some circles, duplicate it, put it in here. I will grab these two and duplicate them, moving it down. Now I need to draw a straight line, Shift A, from here until it says tangent to tangent. And the same one here. Tangent to tangent. Tangent to tangent and tangent to tangent. I can trim these sections with T. Select everything. Shift I to imprint it on this solid, and now we have this section. So I'm going to grab these two faces and these two faces, push them inside. These we can make like a chamfer. So now we have this section. We can delete these curves. And now what we can do Let's probably move to the part of the ears. I will draw a line from here to here. I will go to the front. And I know this is the line here, and I'm going to snap it to this floor. Okay, I'm going to project curve to curve, delete the other curves, and now I need to do the same for this one, here to here probably. Go to the front, here to here, project curve to curve, and these lines delete. So these two we can loft, perfect. Now we need to draw this one from here to here. Now in this part I don't see it, so I'm just going to draw a line from this point to what I would think would be the glasses. So let's say something there. Delete these ones. Now draw this one. Do exactly the same thing from here to here probably. Delete the other ones and loft it. So you see that now it's working like this. We do the same here. As you see, this project is only project curve and project curve. This gives you a very, very good idea of how these things work. A very good shape or skeleton of the models, which later you can improve if you want with Blender or inside Plasticity. So for this, I'm going to draw a curve again. Remember, it goes up and then it goes down again. So this we don't want. I just want that it goes in one direction. And so I'm going to craft this one, something like this, or maybe from here too. I need to see where. Okay, it goes down. It should be from here, maybe. From here to here. Here I'm inventing because I don't see clearly where I should do it. So I'm going to do it like this. Hopefully I am correct. It seems that I am okay. I delete everything else. From here to here loft. Or actually I should not loft it yet maybe. But I don't know. Now for this one we just draw some points here. Like this. Go to the front, and this one is going this line. So where it's ending, something like this. Project curve. This one we can bridge in G1. This, and this join. This one I'm going to delete. So this one and this one join with this one and loft it. Now we could do the same here for down if you want, but we can also make a sweep. So I'm going to grab this point just a bit inside. Shift P to sweep and sweep it like this. We can join these parts. Join it. And all the curves we can hide again. Now we grab this one, duplicate it, move it a bit to the side, maybe scale it a bit, just a bit down, and all the contour and all the contour L in G0, and we select everything and join. So now it's a solid. So now you see that we have our ear thing, which is excellent. Can mirror it. And now we need to draw this circle. We go somewhere around the center, somewhere like this. Okay, and rotate it somehow in the same direction. This seems okay. Like this and like this. I'm trying to do this fast. Something like this. Maybe it needs to be a bit more rotated. Okay, it's better. This one. Okay. Now we just need to make an offset. Again, another offset. We push this one inside, so we can make a little chamfer. Again, another offset and another offset. And again, we push this one inside. Chamfer, chamfer, and chamfer. This is just an idea what you can do. Now we need to draw this tube. Should be basically the same process. We just draw another control point curve. This one will work because I'm not breaking any rule, because it's going in one direction. It's going down and down. This one and this one, project curve. We grab it and we can come to the side, press P to pipe, and something like this maybe. So let's draw a line from here to here, imprint it, move it a bit here, imprint, okay, offset it. This is when we can offset out. Okay, so we have this point. And now we could maybe grab this line, imprint. This one we move a bit inside, imprint it so it's imprinting on the other side. And this one we can just, I don't know, maybe do something like this. I don't know, I'm just inventing here. You need to make your own design there. And from here to here, you can also invent something. For example, I'm going to draw this face, isolate it, and I'm going to cut from here, and I'm going to cut from here. So I'm going to cut it here and here. And this face, I can just thicken like this. And maybe a bit inside here. Now we just mirror it together with this solid. We have the mask. Now we just need to draw this extrusion here. So for this I can just draw a control point curve. We can draw one all the way here and all the way here. Imprint it, so we have this section. We can just grab it and press F, thicken, because I want to have this as a separate object. Something like this. Then probably we can grab this face, Ctrl 2 to select the edges and do something like this. Yeah, I think I like it. This one we can delete, this one we mirror. And now we need to do the same for this section. So I'm going to draw a control point curve. Probably all the way here. And this one all the way here. So imprint it in this face. So this one and this one, F thicken around some. We do the same here. And this section, I suppose we can do the same. Control point curve. Somehow it didn't let me do it. I'm going to rebuild it. And now it's letting me do it. Okay. Okay, so I grab this, press thicken as well, and so on. This one maybe a bit less. Great, so we grab this face, Ctrl 2, something like this probably. And this one as well, Control 2, without these sections. Just inventing. Remember to do it with calm at home, because this tutorial is already taking too long. We just need to draw in print, so chamfer, and like this. Okay, so all these curves we can hide. So now our mask is almost finished. We just need to draw now the goggle eyes. It's basically the same process. We just need to draw the control point curves and we are finished. So I will try to do it quick. So again, control point curve, maybe from here to here, and from here to here. Control point curve, here, delete. This one we need to rebuild. Okay, now we need to draw this line here, and this line here. And this is only a matter of continuing this workflow. Rebuild this one, connect these ones, this one I don't like so much. Sometimes we just need to clean the curves. We thicken this part, something like this, and we snap it here. In this case, I just need to move it like so. And I think now we finish with our glasses. It was quite a long tutorial. This thing, of course, I need to fix. This probably with a sweep would be better, or maybe just a scale. But I think we finish our Soldier 76 mask. So it's just a matter of fixing a bit here and there, but this is a tutorial, and this you need to do calm at home, not so rushed. Please take care of the details, small curvatures. But this is the idea of how to do it. This is one way to do it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And remember, thank you very much. There are already 1,000 subscribers. This is so cool. This makes me so happy, honestly. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you for being in this community, following my tutorials, learning something together. This makes me really happy. If you also want to support me, you can also check the tutorial that I'm selling in Gumroad. This is a beginner's tutorial in plasticity. I appreciate your support. Thank you. And remember, share, like, and subscribe. And we will see us in Blender now. Okay, now in Blender, I'm going to import this and make some materials. So this is just a very simple way to make the mask. This you need to take care at home. Okay, finally the render is finishing. And as you saw before, we need to correct many things, especially this upper part of the glasses, maybe some details here and there. But in general, that's the idea, probably how you could approach this modeling. So now it's up to you. You can improve it at home. I hope you have learned something. And thank you again for these 1,000 subscribers. It makes me really, really happy, really proud of you. Thank you, all of you. And finally, we can say ex luto ad aurum. Until next time, thank you.